Mary redeemed a $50,000 cash prize playing Chumba Casino online.
I was only playing for fun, so winning was a dream come true.
Chumba Casino is America's favorite free online social casino. You too could have the chance to win life-changing cash prizes. Absolutely anybody could be like Mary. Be like Mary. Log on to ChumbaCasino.com and play for free now. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details. The voice in the preceding commercial was not the actual voice of the winner.
You may have heard this voice.
What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King.
You may have seen this video.
Sing to me.
Undeniable that we should be together, and unbelievable how I used to say that I'd fallen in love.
I believe that my guest today is the hero that we don't deserve in 2021, but he is the hero that we all need. I say that because he's every one of us. The ones that sing in the grocery store when that song comes on, Muzak. Or the ones that are in the gas station and hear a song play. Or even those of us that sing in our car. The difference is an unmistakable voice. My guest today has over 2.9 million followers on TikTok as of this recording. He has 17.9 million likes on TikTok and 108,000 followers on Instagram. My guest today, and my new friend, is none other than Bear Bailey.
Welcome to the Unscripted podcast. My name's Corby LaCroix, and the song you're hearing right now is called Great and Mighty One, available on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your music. But for now, recording from the Unscripted studio at the Junction in Old Hilliard, here's your host and my friend, Aaron Conrad.
Great Redeemer, God of grace.
All right, everybody, welcome to Unscripted from my studio at the Junction in Old Hilliard, and thank you, Corby, for my introduction on the audio, as always. And speaking of audio and introduction, honestly, I don't know that he needs an introduction, but Bear, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and we will roll from there.
What's going on, everybody? I'm super happy, Aaron, to be on the show. Been thinking about this all day, and I am Bear Bailey. I'm 33, and I am from Houma, Louisiana.
So let me start right at the jump, man. How are you guys doing? Because you just had it, right? You just had the weather, right?
We just had the weather. I honestly still don't know how my house is. We've been up here and had to evacuate, and so from what I'm hearing, it's okay. But until you really get down there and check it out yourself, it's kind of like an uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Yeah.
But I just know a lot of other people got it worse than I did. So my prayers definitely go out to them.
Yeah. Now, you said you're up here. So do you want to reveal where you are right now?
Oh, yeah, 100%. No
Okay.
problem. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I would say the land of dreams. It's definitely the land of my dream and, what I want to do. So, yeah, here in Nashville and loving every second of it.
So let's rewind, and then we'll get to why you're in Nashville, I'm sure, by the end. So let's rewind, man. Tell us your story. Where did it all start? Like, just tell us about Bear. Where did this all start? The voice, when you realize you're the voice, like you tell your story, man. It's your platform and stage. Let me just get out of the way.
Yeah. So I've gotten a little practice at this. I've been up here in meetings and stuff with my manager, and I've been having to tell my story, over and over again, which I'm happy to do it, right? And there's definitely some struggles and things that I've went through. And so let me just take this one out. I'll keep this one in. This one keeps falling out. But so grew up on Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola. Was born and raised down there. It's one of the largest penitentiaries in the world, not just the country. And when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh my Lord, it must have been so hard." But it really wasn't. It was like a country boy's paradise, and a lot of hunting and fishing, and just really good, well-grounded people down there. And born and raised down there. Never have met my real father. Don't have a clue who he is. So it was me and my mom for 2 years, and then the best thing in the world happened to me and her both, and that's when my dad stepped in. And he's the only dad I know. He didn't have to be a dad, but he was. And so raised up down there, went to church camp every summer at a Tioga campground. And I really got the itch from singing from my mom. My mom is a worship leader and just always sang in church. And she never forced me to do it. You know, I got the first time I ever sang like in front of a crowd. I was 9 years old, just in front of 10,000 people. And I just got an itch that I never could scratch. Like I just couldn't, you know, it never went away.
Mm-hmm.
And so the name Bear, my mom used to call me Cody Bear all the time. My first name is Cody. And she used to, well, that's actually my middle name. My name is James Cody Bailey. But yes, I have 3 first names as a full name. That's kind of crazy, right?
Okay.
So she called me Cody Bear, and then I just sprouted up. I used to be the smallest guy in school, smallest guy on the baseball team, real short guy. And I hit 6'4", and when I hit 6'4", she had to drop that Cody, and it was just Bear. So anyway, I know it was kind of long, but the way all this happened is I've been a welder. I went to school for welding, structural welding.
Okay.
And I was working in Alaska at the time, and I've worked in and out of plants and oil refineries and stuff like that my whole life. Well, my adult life, you know, over my welding career. And I've done everything from scaffold building to setting forms, being a, you know, carpenter, to cement jobs, to, you know, electrical work and CAD welding. And I've done it all. And welding was just kind of that thing that always stuck with me. It was something I really enjoyed. And I had these, I liked it because I had these earplugs that really were headphones. And so I could put them in at work and jam out and weld. But I was about to have to go back to Alaska. We were living in Houma, and I'd stay gone for 2 and 3 months at a time, be away from my wife and kid in the freezing cold where it ain't doing nothing but raining and freezing. And I was working on an island called Unalaska, and it was on the Aleutian Isles, and 500 miles off the coast of Russia, like way out there. And I didn't want to go, man. I had 4 days until I was about to have to leave and go back to Alaska. And I was really bummed out, and I've been chasing this dream for a long time. And I finally just had this breakdown moment, man, where I was like, look, it's never going to happen. I was really talking to myself. I was like, you know, I'm 33. It's never going to happen. If it hadn't happened yet, it's not going to happen. So I legit just looked up at heaven like that. And I said, look, I said, this obviously ain't what you want from me. I was really butthurt, you know. I was like, this obviously ain't what you want from me. And this is never going to happen. And I just got to give it up. And dude, I was like sobbing. I wasn't calm like I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife comes in. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, look, this dream's never going to happen for me. I've got to grow up, keep this big boy job, and just keep working for y'all. Because I was making good money, you know?
Right.
And I just told her, I said, well, listen, I said, you know, I'm going to go up to the gas station in a minute, get some stuff, and come back to the house or whatever. So I took off to the gas station, and the ladies that worked near the cashiers, they would always get me to sing, like always. And I had turned them on to a lot of country music. And the one girl, she was in love with Brett Young. Ever since I showed her Brett Young, she's like, I'm gonna marry him. That boy's fine. You know, like every time I walk in there. And that night I walk in there, and she's got Brett Young playing, in case you didn't know. And I said, I see what you did there. And she's like, will you sing it for me, Bear? Will you sing it? And I said, yeah, I'll sing it. I said, but this time I was like, why don't we record it to see what happens? And she's like, well, there's a lot of people in here. And I was like, I don't care. I was like,
That's
let's just do it.
Yeah.
And so we did it. And that's when I walked up, opening up a hot shot drink, and that's bottled and made in New Orleans, super bad for you. And I walked up and sang it, and I did not know the people behind me were going to do what they did. And they just went crazy and liked it. And then I went home and posted it. And when I posted it, I literally took my phone, I hit post, and I set it down. And I didn't touch it. And then the next morning, my phone was dead. And it was dead because of all the notifications.
Oh my goodness. Was this on TikTok?
This was on TikTok where I posted it.
Okay. All right.
And the next morning I wake up and I had 383,000 new followers.
My goodness.
And then I was like, wow, dude. I was like, and I had 100,000 when I had posted that. And then I was like, wow, man. And so I was just floored by that. And then I was like, well, maybe there's something to this. I was like, I'll do it again today. And so I went and did it again. And when I did that one, it reached 37.2 million views. Like, it went crazy. And over that video, within 2 days, I had reached 1 million followers. And then within like 2 weeks, I was at 2 point something million, and I'm fixing to be at 3 million. And so there's the story, man. I know it took a while.
Crazy. No, it's
yeah.
Literally that's the details. That's what everybody wanted to know. Everybody's telling me, oh, you gotta ask this, you gotta ask this, you gotta. They want to know where you work. They want, like, I'm telling you, man, you have found something. And I know there's whatever people think about TikTok. I have 2 girls. They love TikTok. You know, my kids love TikTok. My son likes TikTok. Whatever you feel about TikTok, man, it you know, at the end of the day, dude, it's unbelievable, because someone like yourself has found what they were looking for. And that's, you know, and that goes for any social media platform, man. If you can find what you're looking for, they'll find you, you know, and that's true for everything. I mean, if you're good, they'll find you. And that voice, man, I'm telling you, there are so many people that have reached out to me. I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, they're looking, I think I emailed you this. They're looking for a worship leader. And he said he would hire you today to be his worship leader in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're looking for a job, there's one waiting on you in Charlotte.
What's up, man? I love Charlotte, dude.
Oh, hey, it's great. But anyway, man, so it is unbelievable. Well, and I'll tell you this too, the thing that, and I've stalked you like most people have on TikTok, and what I've loved is your range, not just the vocal range, but man, you've got worship stuff. And I've got a top 10. So before we get off, I got to read my top 10 favorite Bear Bailey songs.
Yeah, man.
But your range from, you know, old school, man. The other day I saw one from Percy Sledge that you just crushed. Disney songs, a lot of country, and then R&B. I mean, your variety is. So where did that start? Like, what did when you were growing up? Did you just keep hitting buttons on the radio, switching between stations, or what? How did you find that?
I just was, you know, one thing that was different about me, not trying to like be like separate myself or act like I'm all that, but one thing that was different about me is when I was coming up, like all my friends, man, were listening to like emo punk and like all this stuff, and I noticed at, you know, in those earlier years that really define us, especially like around junior high, early high school. Like you didn't have young kids that like listened to an array of things. They usually had like one band or at least one genre, and that's all they listened to.
Right.
Well, I just always liked everything, and I never could just be like, well, I only like this or I only like that. I liked it all, right? And so now I will say this, I always like country was a top 5. Like I always loved country, and it's just because I think it's like it has a lot to do with where you're raised,
right?
And so
100%.
I am definitely a Southern man. I am definitely a country boy through and through. And, you know, without sounding like cliche, you know, my favorite activities are hunting, fishing, camping, anything to do outside. It's just the way I was raised. I can't help it. And so it's what me and all my friends do. But I loved everything. And I used to always carry around this CD player. And I remember you could buy the option where you could shake it and it wouldn't skip. Or you could have like a cheap one that always skipped. And I had the cheap one that always skipped. So I had duct tape that I had rolled onto itself like this.
Come on now.
And I would stick it to the back of the CD player, and I'd stick it in my pocket so it would stick to my pants and not move as much. And so I had figured it out, right? And so I would listen to one of my all-time favorites. 2 of them was 3 was P.O. Bryson, and it's in this order: Michael McDonald and Michael Bolton. And so I always like, you know, tell me how am I supposed to live without you? And I would always, that song stuck with me forever. And I would sing that. And then I remember even as a kid being like, now I'm going to sing Garth Brooks, but I'm going to sing it as if Michael Bolton sang a Garth Brooks song.
Okay.
And so I would do that. I would try to play with my voice, and I would try to do that. And then I found out over the years, all that was doing was strengthening that. And so, but then I would listen to everything. Like, I mean, I would listen to Biggie Smalls. I'd listen to Tupac. I'd listen to, you know, I'd go and then listen to Mario or Omarion, or like, I'd go listen to, who's another great, you know, I just said it, Justin Timberlake, or you know,
Casey and JoJo.
This,
I mean, you nailed the Casey and JoJo, Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight, love Brian McKnight. I always just like a huge array, like a variety of music. And so that's what always did it for me. You know, it wasn't one thing. I had to kind of like get my hand in the candy jar and go for everything. You know, that was like my deal. So yeah.
Well, and I think that's important because so you're in Nashville, and I don't want to fast forward too much. So if we need to, we can go back. But you're in Nashville, and why are you in Nashville? Can you tell us why you're in Nashville?
So this is, I mean, all right. So you're looking at a guy who was about to have to go back and weld, and then when all this started, you know, my faith is everything. Most of my tattoos are about my Savior, about Lord Jesus Christ, and when all this happened, like I truly didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't pay to sponsor any of my videos. This all happened organically. Like I had no clue. And so it's because of him, and it's because of my followers and my fans, man. And I'm up here getting to live my dream. And right now we're up here. My manager's been up here with me. He's actually gone now. I had to fly back because I'm not the only artist that he manages. And but I'm up here in sessions every day, writing my own music, my own originals.
Wow.
And they're turning out super great. And you know, it's not everyone you write's going to be that slammer, but it's going to take some time. But I would rather wait and get those gems and those jewels of, you know, those jewel of a songs, like good songs, than to just come out with, you know, like album fillers and just do something just because I'm in a hurry. And so we're up here in Nashville right now, baby, and we're writing music and we're having a blast. And I am talking to labels and publishers, and it's all because of y'all. It's all because of everybody supporting me and doing this. I mean, it's just been, it doesn't feel real. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I sold somebody the other day, and it might sound morbid, but it's just me being honest. Aaron, it's like, I told my wife, and I told someone, just like I said, I feel like I died, and like God's letting me live my dream. I don't even know how to put it into words, because there's literally days where I'm like, am I really here?
Right.
Is this for real?
Right.
Because this don't feel real. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at a guy who's always had to scrape, always had to do whatever to, you know, make it, live paycheck to paycheck, try to make things stretch, you know, like 90% of all Americans, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's just been, you know, and I feel like you watch a lot of these podcasts, you watch people that, I don't know, sometimes I don't want to judge anybody, I never do, but, you know, I feel like that's always like the cliche thing, because I've had to work real hard, and that's really my life. Like, I've always had to struggle, but I don't mean that my life is a struggle. I think everybody has struggles in their life. You know, it's just being honest, you know, just a blue collar family, middle of the lane family, like, you know, but never went without, never been hungry. My kid had clothes. We always had what we needed. And again, that's because of him. And now I'm in a place where, you know, the good book says that he knows the desires of our heart, and he's truly letting me live those things out. And it's very humbling. Very, very humbling.
Here's what's amazing to me, because I mean, think about this. Garth Brooks didn't have TikTok. He didn't have Instagram. You know, he had to be discovered somewhere. You know, and let's just go down a list of a lot of the songs and people that you sing, Alan Jackson, you know, whoever it is, Travis Tritt. Those guys didn't have it. They went to Nashville with a guitar and a dream, and somehow like, you know what I mean? And that's like playing the lottery, man. It really is. That's a, you know, Jason Aldean talks about that crazy town, right? It'll break your heart. That town will break your heart. But so what I want to say in that is the fact that, you know, you are a person of faith, and your timing and God's timing have now come together at just the right time with the right technology. You're walking into Nashville with a fan base. I mean, I don't know if you thought about that, but I'm thinking about it as you're talking. You're walking in there with a fan base that none of those guys ever had. They were opening up a guitar case, sitting on it Tootsie's or wherever else down there, doing their thing, you know, hoping some record label would hear them sing. Yeah, man, you're right. So man, God, you know, and I know you're a person of faith, and thank God for that. The fact that this is all happening at just the right time, man. There's no mistakes here. And I'm really so happy for you that I
appreciate that, man.
That all happened at the right time, man. God brought all these things together technology, something like TikTok, which most of us watch just to laugh at the funny videos. I mean, you've been able to use that platform. You have a fan base. I'm telling you, man, I get as soon as I announced that this was going to happen, and I'm so thankful that it did. I can't tell you how honored I am. I told you offline, never been more nervous, never been more excited for an interview. And I mean that.
No reason to be, baby.
Man.
We're both here just chasing a dream, right?
107 interviews, man. Never been more excited. And I mean that in all sincerity. But that's all happened because of technology, man. And that you have a fan base, dude. I'm telling you, there's so many people that were so excited and can't wait for me to get this done tonight and get it up as soon as possible, because they want to hear your story. They want to hear, who's this guy? Because at the end of the day, I said this in the introduction. I said it to you in an email. I've said it a few times. I mean this genuinely, not to steal a line from Batman, but man, or Spider-Man, whatever movie it was, you are the hero that we needed in 2021. And dude, it's the hero. Wow. I mean it. I swear to God, you're the hero that we didn't know we deserved, and we don't deserve, honestly. But man, we're so caught up. Just today, I saw so many texts about vaccines and masks, and we're fighting, and the country is divided, man. And we needed a guy. So again, I go back to, you are a man of faith, and I think that the Lord has stepped you into this spotlight, right? And that's the first time I saw you, was a tweet that said, "Let this bless your timeline today." I think it was Rex Chapman. So I think who tweeted it, but somebody tweeted it, and it was, to your point, it was blown up, man. It was going viral, and it was to bless your timeline. And I'm telling you, man, I think the world needed to hear something new, and your voice has broken the cycle of whatever we're in right now with the vaccines and all that. And I'm not here to talk about that, but I'm telling you, man, God placed you in this moment. It is without question, God placed you in this moment for people to have a distraction. Like a guy singing in a gas station, man.
That's huge,
right? I mean, seriously, like you couldn't draw that up. Hey, let me get this guy singing in a gas station. But I'm telling you, man, it has changed the narrative for a lot of people because they're distracted by it, and it's a perfect time for you. So that was a really long rant, but I'm telling you, man, I wanted to tell you that, brother. I want to tell you that, man. God's placed you right where you are. There's no mistakes, man. None at all.
Yeah. 100%. No, and I've had other people tell me that, like, just in crazy times and everything we've been going through, that they needed it, and it blessed them and it touched them. And
right,
man, that's huge to me. That's so dope for me to hear. And it's crazy because you never know, like, I don't know, man, like me thinking that this was all over, and I've always noticed that when we totally just give it to God and we say, look, I can't, like, because I was at a place, right, where I've tried everything. And because I've had offers and deals in the past that just didn't work out. And I just had tried everything, and I felt like everything I tried didn't work. And I was just finally in a place where I was like, God, I'm done. Like, I just gave up. And I don't think he wanted me to give up. I don't think that was ever the case. I think it was just surrendering it to him. And when I did that, that's when all this happened, And so I'm just super, super thankful. It's very hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that I have over 3 million people, almost 3 on TikTok, and 100,000 on Instagram, and just different things like. And I'm not saying that to be like a clout chaser, be like, look at how many numbers I have. No. I'm saying that because, like, it genuinely blows my mind. Like, people are like, wow, it blows my mind. I'm like, well, if it blows your mind, imagine how much it blows my mind.
Right.
Like, it's huge, dude. I mean, it's an honor, and it's a humbling thing, and it's a scary thing, and it's an excited thing, and it's a don't go crap your pants thing, and it's it's just because it's a lot of weight, and they're just like you talking about quoting Spider-Man. I always think of when his uncle told him, with great power comes great responsibility, and as corny as that is, I don't want to, like, no doubt. It's like, there's a lot of great I could do right now, but there's also a lot of damage. And so you just have to, steward those things well. And you have to, I'm in a place where literally, because it's only been 9 weeks since this happened. And so
That's
I'm in a
fast.
place where I have more followers than even some of my idols. And I don't, and then what's crazy is I've been able to meet a lot of my idols, and they're great, wonderful people. And I've asked them the questions like, how do you deal with this? What do you do? And thank God they've been like a Obi-Wan Kenobi or my Yoda through this. But sorry, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But
No, you're good.
It's very humbling, man. I mean, that's really all I can say. It's just humbling, dude.
So I have to ask this question because I had two goals. I had two goals for this call. The first one was this: are you going to go back to the gas station at any point?
Oh, 110%. It's just after the hurricane, they had a lot of roof damage and just a lot of other things like that. And the last thing on my mind is trying to go bombard them about singing a song.
Doing a TikTok.
It's like, hey, you've almost lost everything, but can you film me?
Right.
No, I do understand that people want it, and I want it. I miss, those ladies that work at that gas station. And this isn't just to say this so people be like, oh my God, he's so sweet. Like, it's really the truth. Like, they're my family. I mean, I call the one woman my mama. I mean, she's like the local neighborhood mom, and so I just pray for them. And the cell service down there is horrible, so I don't know how they're doing. I don't know anything. And so I live right around that gas station. Like, me and my mom, my family, we literally went there every day. And so for me, it's a scary thing. But yes, I will always, I'm not a person that's ever going to forget. I mean, I'm not trying to say this like, look at me, but I mean, I do have a very large fan base. It ain't changed me a bit. If anything, it's made me long for those simple days again.
Right.
So
yeah.
definitely.
And I bet if we record this
busy.
I bet if we record this a year from now, that will still be true. Like, I bet, because man, you're a kite in a hurricane right now. No pun intended. No, literally no pun intended, because of what just happened to Louisville. That was a terrible analogy for me, but but
it really, I know
you're in it. You're absolutely in the complete storm right now, just being blown one way or the other, and everybody's, I'm sure, pulling on you like some guy in Columbus, Ohio that wants to do a podcast. But and I don't even want to, I hate to even ask now because of what they went through. But my goals were this: one, I want to come to Louisiana with you, and I want to go to the gas station for a TikTok. And two, I want to have you wear an Unscripted t-shirt. I'll get you the merch, man.
Bro, I'll do it, dude. It's all good, bro.
That's my two goals. I'll get there. I'll get there somehow. If I got to take a bus, I will get to Louisiana. But man, I want to be one of the guys in the background buying Blue Moons or Diet Coke, something in the background.
Right there, man.
Boom. All right, it's going to happen. We'll email offline. But literally, that was my two goals, because I really want to. I want to come down and I want to meet. I want to meet your family, the people that are in the videos, man. The ladies that work there. Like, my whole thing is it's not just a tagline, Unscripted. I want to live unscripted. I don't want to live by a script, man. I want to, if it takes me to Louisiana to meet you, to meet them, to buy a Diet Coke in that gas station and be on a TikTok.
Diet Coke, you're speaking my wife's language, man.
Whatever
I'll
it is.
tell you, a lot of people, like, those people that are in there, a lot of people have made comments like, it's all scripted. I've seen that guy in there more than once. Well, I mean, you have to understand, I live in a very, very small community, and those people are my neighbors, my family, and my friends. And so there's going to be times when I'm doing a video that some of the same people come in, but yeah, man, I'd love for you to come down. I think you'd really enjoy it. It's one of the most accepting, one of the most gracious, just big heart, love-filled places you can be. Everybody there is super chill, man, and just all about the LOVE, man.
Love it.
Really cool place.
Love it. Well, all right. So that's on. I'm going to email you offline. We'll do that. So what is the genre that you're going to find your lane in? Because we talk, you listen to a lot. I mean, you like country. Is that country? Is that what you're going to do?
So I will definitely be a country artist, but I'll be a country artist with a twist always. There'll always be some, and when I say gospel, I'll definitely talk about the Lord from time to time in there, because he's my everything. But I don't mean gospels in the lyrics. I mean just that gospel sound,
Yeah.
There'll be that in there with the organs and things like that. And there'll be good old country. I was raised up on 90s country, and so there'll be a lot of 90s country in there.
When you get back.
Yeah, man, just a lot of soul, a lot of R&B mixed in with it. Get you a little bit of rock in there, you know. I mean,
Do
that's
it.
all I ever wear is rock t-shirts, Purple Rain, you know. That's all the time too. That's not just like I'm literally in a pair of Nike shorts right now, no shoes, sitting on my couch, and that's generally how I dress 90% of the time. It's real funny up here at these meetings. Side note, by the way, I don't change. I don't change that, dude. I still wear the beat up hat and all that. And
Love it.
they seem to eat it up, but you know, my manager's always like, "Come on, bro." I'm like, "Look, dude, this is it, bro. They're gonna get the full Monty. Like nothing's changed. You know what I mean?" And yeah,
I
mean,
love
that's just
it.
the way it is. But yes, my lane will be country.
Good.
But the truck will have some 4-wheel drive, even though I'm in that lane, and we'll dodge off in R&B, and we'll dodge off in some soul music and some folk and some gospel every once in a while. It'll be a big mixture. I don't want to tie myself down on one thing, you know.
I love it. When it comes to songwriting, is that something you've done in the past? Have you already written songs, or are you just starting with a blank sheet of paper right now?
It is something that I've always done. I've always written my own songs and done things like that. But you know, up here in Nashville, man, I've written some of the best. I don't want to name drop, but just some really, really great writers who've written a lot of big smashes for people. And it's been super good. They're just good, genuine people. I mean, hey, Dan, they're just people like me and you out here living and chasing our dreams. And but I have always written, and it's just really good to get up here and see their formula. And I mean, these guys do this every day. It's a muscle, and they exercise it all the time. And
Yeah.
so you get in a room with them and the stuff that comes out of it. I tell them all the time, I'm just super humbled to even be at the table, to even be in the room, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, really good music. I've written about 5 so far, and that are completely done, and can't wait for people to hear them, you know, on all streaming platforms. It'll be great.
What's your timeline look like? Not to hold you to it, but just if anybody's
Can't
listening
really
to
give
this.
a timeline.
Okay.
I know people are probably itching for that. I get that question a lot. And the reason I don't want to give a timeline is I don't want to be a liar. You know, I don't want to say they'll do this and then I don't know. And then, you know, because I am an overthinker and I'm constantly like writing down new song ideas in my phone. And when I do release my EP, I want it to be everything I thought it would be and more.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right town for it. I mean, that's for sure. Right. I mean, it's, you're in the right town. For sure. And if you come through Columbus, you gotta get me some stubs because I want to be in the front row for that.
For real, man. Yeah, I'm gonna come through Columbus and be like, hey, you know Aaron? I'll be like, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Ain't nobody gonna know that name. Ain't nobody gonna know
100%, bro. We're down, dude.
What if you
chill, man?
Hey, you rock the Unscripted shirt, you might. Who knows what'll happen in this town? No, I'm just kidding. It's not that big of a deal. But just for everybody that knows, 2.9 million followers on TikTok, man, 17.9 million likes, 108,000 followers on Instagram, and hopefully after this episode, there's even more. Man, I want people to go to that. So let me ask you that. What is the link? And I'm gonna have it I'm gonna have it in the post. But what's the easy link if I'm driving on the road, running on a treadmill, walking my dog, listening to this podcast? What's the link? Because I know you got a new link up, right?
The easiest way to get to it, man, is on my TikTok, on all my socials. The link is set up in all my bios. You click on that and just sign up for that newsletter. And when you sign up for that newsletter, you'll be the first one that gets an email about when everything drops. It really is truly the fastest way to stay up to date on everything that's going on. And on that website, there's places for you to donate to Hurricane and just to everything. And you know, hurricane victims, and you know, you can also on that site you can find where all my socials are and all that good stuff. But the easiest way to get there would be to go to my socials, and that link is in my bio, and it'll send you straight to everything.
And I've got that link also in this post. If anybody goes and looks at the podcast or my website, I got you there already. So I literally teed this up earlier today. It's going. I'm telling you, man. As soon as we click unrecord, it's whatever that means. Stop. Whatever I'm going to click, it's going up. So. All right. You mind if I break down your top 10?
No, man, do it, bro. Go ahead.
Right,
I'll be here to hear myself.
All right. I've been stalking. So my top 10, and they all have a purpose. It's amazing. I swear a friend of mine told me they think that we might have been separated at birth because, dude, every song you sing. But all right. Number 1, what a beautiful name.
Oh, I do love it.
Come on, man. That one.
Probably my all-time favorite Christmas song.
That one, you crushed it. I literally listened to. I want the whole thing though. That's the problem. It's like somebody giving you a small bite when you want the whole steak, man. I want the whole thing. Yeah. But anyway, sorry. Number 1. I should have done a reverse order. I done it reverse. All right. Let me start at 10 and then I'll go backwards.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Fast Car, Tracy Chapman. Whoo.
Love the song.
Mm.
I've always loved it.
So good. Number 9, All My Life by Casey and JoJo. That's where you showed that soul. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. All right, number 8, Back at 1, Brian McKnight. And honestly, I swear to you, this is why we're separated at birth, man. The line, in all things time will reveal. We just talked about that, dude. I'm telling you, it's a life verse for me, and it's from Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight's a bad boy.
Dude, all things time will reveal. And now it's revealing it for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In all things time will reveal, and it's doing it for you right now. All right, number 7, Anymore, Travis Tritt.
Oh, dude. I'm a Travis Tritt sucker, man.
Man, that was a cappella too. Yeah, that was strong. I'm not gonna lie, it's strong. All right, number 6, Beautiful Crazy, Luke Combs. That's my daughter. That's my middle daughter's and my song. And so when you broke that out, you got me on that one.
I love me some Luke Combs, man.
Dude, she wants me to sing. She don't want me to sing it. She wants that to be the daddy-daughter dance at her wedding. It's Beautiful Crazy. So number 5, To Make You Feel My Love. That is actually her birth song. So I used to sing that to her when she was a baby. But I did the Garth version, not the Adele version. So.
Yeah.
Not that I could do it well. All right, number 4, Lady, Brett Young. When you sing that to your daughter, man. I mean,
that song is, that's about how I felt too. All those words, man. Those words are deep for me.
Yeah. All right, number 3, Cover Me Up. That's one I don't know a lot of people know yet, but Morgan Wallen, man, that one,
Cover Me Up. Great song, man.
Sitting by the Fire, that one, that is my jam. It's my 2 daughters' favorite songs for each other, which is weird, but yes. All right. And I tweeted this today, and you might have seen this on Instagram because I tagged you. Man, I like buffalo chicken. My wife, there's a few things I love in life that are they're pillars for me in my life. It's my wife, my kids, Jesus, New Edition, Eric Church, and the song Neon Moon.
New Edition, homie. I wasn't expecting that. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, my first concert ever. New Edition. That's how old I am. All right. But man, number 2 is Neon Moon. And number 1, I already gave it away, but it's what a beautiful name. You crushed.
Neon Moon is where it's at, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that one comes on and something just changed. All right. So New Edition. Let's talk about New Edition. What's your favorite song by them?
Dude, I don't have a favorite.
Can You Stand the Rain? So are you a Johnny Gill guy? Is it because I got a feeling you could probably do some Johnny Gill?
I can do some Johnny Gill. Can You Stand the Rain is, I mean, it's kind of the one that everybody, I mean, and that's not bad that everybody goes to that, but yeah, definitely, man. Probably Can You Stand the Rain? That'd probably be the only one that I think would give it justice if I said, that would be the song. That would be the one.
That's the one they play in the gas station. All right. So in a perfect storm of a world, I would love to be in that gas station when you sing Can You Stand the Rain with an unscripted t-shirt on while I'm buying a Diet Coke.
Let's do it, dude. I mean, we got to make that happen, bro.
All right. It's on. It is on. It is lit. It's going to happen. I guarantee it. So, man, I've taken a ton of your time and you have been awesome. You've been awesome. Cool hang, man. Yeah. You've been so good. How can our fans continue? Your fans are like, I have 1.9.
No, you're good, man. It's our fans, baby. It's a duo from here on out.
Hey, anyway, all right, let's just stop it. All right, so
bear.
how can your fans? Best way, I think you said, is email, right? Like, let's get signed up for the newsletter. Let's blow that thing up, and that's where they can keep updates on you, right? And
that's where they can keep doing it. Yeah, right there. So the best way to do it is honestly just through my socials. We just released a new Facebook page. It's Bear Bailey. Real easy to find. You'll see it. There's a bunch of professional pictures of me, which I ain't used to. Yeah. And then Instagram, Bear Bailey 1. Everybody can find it on there. And just go in those bios and click that link. And when you click that link, go sign up for that newsletter. And that'll be the fastest way to just, to keep up with everything. And I have a team around me now. I have a great management team, and they'll be sending out things as they're dropped and stuff like that. And I'm sure we'll have campaigns or whatever going on for every song I put out. I don't know if we're going to put a whole EP out at once. We're probably going to release one at a time. That's the smart thing to do. But I can't wait for y'all to hear everything. It's going to gonna be really good. Believe me, I'm as bad as y'all want to hear me. I'm itching 600 times more to let y'all hear it. I promise you that.
I can't wait. And I know there's a whole lot. Like I said, man, you have a fan base already, which is insane for some new artists, right? It's, I mean, outside, you know, we live in a world of American Idol and all these other shows where there's a fan base, but you know, to do it on TikTok you got to be one of the first, man. I got
and the crazy thing is like, I'm not dogging American Idol or The Voice or anything like that. I tried out for The Voice. Didn't make it, you know. I mean, I never tried out for American Idol or anything like that, and I still think they're wonderful shows. Excuse me, I still think they're wonderful shows. But you know, I said something the other day. A lot of people keep saying, "Man, you need to go on The Voice. You need to go on American Idol. You need to do this." But what y'all have done, when I say y'all, the fans and the people that keep hitting like, shared my stuff, commenting, loving everything, they have got me to a level that I don't even think the show could have got me to. I mean, and I say that with humility. I'm not knocking that at all. Please, if anybody has dreams, keep trying out for those shows and things like that. But I have made it because of them to a level that blows my mind. And I mean, I'm like I say all the time, I'm still so, you know, humbled by it. And the fact that it was, my dreams were able to come true through TikTok, man. I mean, it's, you know, I'm a 33-year-old husband and a dad. Like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no clue. Yeah, for sure.
But again, I think God knew this was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know you're a person of faith, and I think that's what we talked about a few times.
Yeah.
That's why when you say that, it doesn't surprise me at all, man. You're a person of faith, and for such a time as this, God has placed you right where He's placed you, and there's no question in my mind that you know, because at the end of the day, let's talk about the track record of people that won those shows. And I'm not here to knock those shows. I'm just saying the people that have won those shows don't have long careers.
You're
Carrie
right.
Underwood and actually like a Daughtry. You know, he had a better career and he got kicked off early. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I just don't think there's guarantees there, but I think that that's the amazing thing about your story that so many people I think are attached to, is the fact that this is happening, and it's happening to a great guy. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's the truth, man. You're a good guy. And I think you can see that in the TikToks. You can see that in everything. You're a good guy. You're a kind of guy. Like I said, man, you're the hero we need right now, because everybody's so frustrated and distracted in this country.
You're killing me, bro.
No, I did. I mean it. I mean it. I really, really mean it. And I just keep coming back to it because it's true. We're so frustrated with everything right now, and you're the guy, man. And not to put that on your shoulders at all, but
no, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think people needed a distraction. You came along at just the right time, man. And that's God's timing. There's no doubt about it. So we may or may not have talked offline a little bit about our brides. Can you do one? Can you just?
I sure can, man.
All right, man.
So this goes out to Mrs. Conrad, and this goes out to Mrs. Bailey, my wife, Mary. And so hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you can hear it. This is a song that y'all request all the time, and it also happens to be me and my wife's song. So here it goes. In case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you, and I would be lying if I said that I could live my life without you, even though, well, I don't tell you all the time, you had my heart a long time. Ooh. In case you didn't know.
Love it, dude. Man. You're the best, man. Unfortunately, Zoom probably didn't do that any kind of justice.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
But hey, I don't know how else to end it, man. That's a mic drop moment right there for you. But brother, I am so, I told you this offline. I'll tell you again, I'm so thankful because of you, because of your yes. You know, I get to do what I get to do, and that means the world to me, man.
Well, man, this meant a lot to me too, Aaron. Let's do it again, man. I appreciate you. God bless to you and yours, man.
And I'm coming to Louisiana.
Let's do it.
That email's coming. I'm coming down. I'm bringing gear. I'm bringing merch, and I want new editions. Can you stand the rain?
Let's do it, bro. I'll get on that for you.
All right, man. Start warming up the pipes, because it's coming, man. I'm coming. I'm coming to Louisiana. All right, brother.
All right, brother.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. God bless you.
All right, man. God bless you.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Unscripted podcast with your host, Aaron Conrad, from his studio at the Junction in Old Hilliard. Make sure to like, share, follow, and review on your favorite podcast platforms. Also, make sure to check out my song Great and Mighty One on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you find your music. We'll see you next time on Unscripted with Aaron Conrad.
Mary redeemed a $50,000 cash prize playing Chumba Casino online.
I was only playing for fun, so winning was a dream come true.
Chumba Casino is America's favorite free online social casino. You too could have the chance to win life-changing cash prizes. Absolutely anybody could be like Mary. Be like Mary. Log on to ChumbaCasino.com and play for free now. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details. The voice in the preceding commercial was not the actual voice of the winner.